Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer, and today I have with me Sri T.G. Mohandas. After a gap of 1 week, we're going to talk about this new movie called the Kerala Story. Viewers may remember that PGurus had done a multi-part series on a similar topic by interviewing students or people who are working at Arsha Vidya Samajam, and that appeared. I have given you the links in the description section today. You can go and take a look at that. And this is a slightly different facet that comes out in the Kerala stories. These are about people who actually went to ISIS. So let us talk a little bit more about all this stuff when Sri Mohandas ji has a chance to explain what happened, who is saying that there is no such thing, who wants a ban, and what are their arguments and counter arguments. Let's welcome Sri T.G. Mohandas ji. Mohandas ji, namaskar and welcome to PGurus channel.
Namaste.
Mohandas ji, we are going to play a quick video which will kind of tell what is happening in terms of where these statements were made. See, the main objection from those who are objecting to this is saying that 32,000 people didn't go from Kerala to ISIS. This is a number that has been claimed by the director. I have not seen the movie, so I don't know if the 32,000 number is the sum total of everybody who went to ISIS, or it's just from Kerala. Whatever it is, the story is true. That's what the director claims. Now, we're just going to play a very short video, but before that, maybe your opening statement, sir.
See, a big halla is being created about a film which no one has seen. That is the problem. There was a preview today in Kochi. Unfortunately, I could not attend that. There was preview in various other places also. The people who have seen the preview, they say that it's a professionally made perfect film, which is worth watching. This 32,000, etc. is not there. There is a dialogue in that in which a heartbroken girl, he says that, and I quote, मैं उन 32,000 लड़कियों में से एक हूँ जो सीरिया और यमन के डेजर्ट में दफन होंगे. ये मेरी कहानी है. This is what that girl says, which means I am one of those 32,000 girls who were buried in the deserts of Syria and Yemen. This is my story. इसमें केरला के बारे में कुछ नहीं कहा है. No mention about Kerala. Now, let us approach it like a court approaches. The film is a fiction, basically. It's not a true story. No film can be a true story. There will be exaggerations. So, even if there is a mention that 32,000 girls were exported to Syria from Kerala, it is only an exaggeration. And Sudipto Sen, the director, doesn't owe any explanation for this to anybody. Because you see, in old MGR films, MGR is facing at least 50 goons single-handedly, which is humanly impossible. We have seen that. We have clapped for it. Nobody has asked the director, how can one man take on these 50 people? No one has questioned. Now look at Rajinikanth. Rajinikanth is splitting a fired bullet with a knife, and the bullet just splits into two. A famous scene in some of his film. I have also seen that scene. Very good scene. Very good technology used there. All these exaggerations will be there. Tomorrow, if I make a film and I make a Ravana with 11 heads, normally Ravana has 10 heads. I make it 11 heads or 11,000 heads. People may enjoy it. If it is creative, people will enjoy it. So nothing wrong in saying 32,000. But the point is, he has not said that 32,000 from Kerala. The character only says that मैं उन 32,000 लोगों में से एक हूँ. That is all. What is wrong in that? Probably it is her perception. So all this bullshit is because they are caught with their pants down in this film. They feel guilty about what they did and what they are going on doing even today. The great love jihad, which is being silently performed by cutting all the corners of judiciary and police. They are getting away with that. And that is being targeted by Sudito Sen. And they are mortally afraid of this film. That is why all this halagula is going on.
My apologies. I'm just going to show you another video, Mohandas ji. This is about all the different statements issued by various members of communities in Kerala. Let's have the video, please. No, not this one, the video. Thank you.
മുസ്ലിങ്ങളല്ലാത്തവര് നശിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടേണ്ടവരാണ്. ലക്ഷ്യം മതവ്യാപനവും മുസ്ലിങ്ങളുടെ നാശവുമാകുമ്പോൾ അതിന് സ്വീകരിക്കുന്ന മാർഗങ്ങൾക്ക് പല രൂപങ്ങളും ഉണ്ടാകുന്നുണ്ട്. അത്തരം രണ്ട് മാർഗങ്ങളാണ് ഇന്ന് വ്യാപകമായി ചർച്ച ചെയ്യപ്പെടുന്ന ലവ് ജിഹാദും നാർക്കോട്ടിക് ജിഹാദും. ദുരുപയോഗിക്കുക, മതം മാറ്റുക, തീവ്രവാദ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉപയോഗിക്കുക, വിശ്വാസ ത്യാഗം ചെയ്യിക്കുക, സാമ്പത്തിക നേട്ടം ഉണ്ടാക്കുക മുതലായ ലക്ഷ്യങ്ങൾ നേടാനാണ് മറ്റു മതത്തിൽപ്പെട്ട പെൺകുട്ടികളെ പ്രണയിച്ചോ മറ്റു മാർഗങ്ങളിലൂടെയോ ജിഹാദികള് വശത്താക്കുന്നത്.
You saw the speech that had English subtitles, so you have an idea. Here is a father who is talking about it. Mohandas ji, now there is more evidence that we are going to present during the course of this conversation. A little bit context to this particular speech, Mohandas ji.
Now, this is by a bishop called Joseph Kallarangad, belongs to Pala. What you say, 𝐒𝐴𝐷𝑖𝑟𝑢 in Malayalam, I think C or some, they have their own technical word in Christian vocabulary. Anyway, that area is being, it is under Pala Bishop. Now, Pala is a highly Christian concentrated place. Always Christian candidates win there, maybe around 80-85% Christians. Now, I was traveling through Pala some 5 years back. My travel was after a gap of around 30 years. I saw the difference what is happening in Pala, because from Pala, heart of the town, if you go 500 meters north, east, south or west, you will see a lot of Muslim shops there. Juice shops, chapel shops, all types of shops. I told this to my two of my friends in Pala, they are Christians. I told, see, your Pala is being encircled by Islam. Slowly, they will challenge you in your heart. Then they said, no, Mohandas, you are always a communal man, an RSS man, blaming Muslims. But they had a taste, because almost every business was slowly being appropriated by Muslims. This was there to physically see with your eyes. So Pala Bishop sensing trouble, there were instances of love jihad also. So he made a prepared speech to be delivered to his people inside the church. That is what you see. He is reading from a prepared text, not he is speaking extempore or he is angry, etc. Nothing. He is very cool and composed. He has printed text in front of him and he is reading from that. So he said that this love jihad and narcotic jihad is happening around us. The theory is that all non-Muslims are to be either killed or converted. It is given in Quran. We all know. The whole world know what is given in Quran. So that is what he repeated. And he was severely attacked. 𝐂𝐚𝐫𝐬𝐡𝐚's police registered an FIR against him, saying that you tried to create communal trouble. There was a huge procession towards his, they call it Bishop's Palace. Though it's not a palace, it is his residence. They took a big procession, Muslims took a big procession, and it was unchallenged. They controlled their own people and then they dispersed. Christians were frightened to the core. Now, Christians of Kerala, at least Catholics, they understand that the situation is very dangerous. It has gone out of hand. Therefore, one by one, bishops are coming out, opposing this love jihad. Now, the Muslim side, they are remorseless. That is what is worrying me. In fact, sane Muslims should have said that this process is going on. This is very bad for our society also. So we would request this type of elements to refrain from carrying out this type of operations. And if we find somebody doing this, we will expel him from our society. This should have been the reaction of a good Muslim. But there was no reaction. They started blaming Christians very badly. Now, naturally, Christians were supported by Hindu forces. So slowly, a Christian-Hindu axis developed in Kerala. It is in the developing stage even now. Politicians are trying to somehow torpedo it, but it is getting more and more strength. And towards that strength, Sudipto Sen has contributed this film also. And it has greatly helped because if there was no controversy, this film would not have been getting much attraction. Now I am sure that everybody in Kerala will spend money, travel and see this film somehow in some theatre. Therefore, Sudipto Sen made a contribution towards strengthening Hindu-Christian unity.
Sir, one question, sir. A few years ago, there was a question asked in the Indian Parliament that is there a concept called love jihad, and the Minister of State for Home said no. On what basis did this minister make that statement? A little bit context on that too, sir.
I'll tell you, it's very simple. You ask another question to the minister. Is there untouchability in India? He will say no. Because officially there is no untouchability. But don't you think untouchability is practiced by at least few people in India? It is there. You ask another question to the minister. Is there a drug mafia in India? He will say no. Because there is no organization called drug mafia. Nobody is selling drugs in an open shop. There is no president, no secretary, no organization, no letterhead. But don't you think that drugs are being sold in India? It is being sold. So love jihad is like that. You don't have a definition for love jihad. So if you ask an official question, you will get a legal answer. That is what happened in Supreme Court also. Supreme Court asked NIA, what is this love jihad? Is there any love jihad? They said, we don't know. We have no knowledge. But we know at least 5 cases of girls being trapped in love and then transported to Afghanistan and Syria. We are inquiring the cases. So practically a phenomena is happening. And for namesake, you say that it is not there and take umbrage into that statement. It is all bullshit. It is a challenge to your common sense. The process is happening right in front of your nose. And you say, oh, love jihad nahi hai. ठीक है, love jihad nahi hai, तो give some other name. This is what is generally being understood throughout the world. This is what is called love jihad. There is no legal definition in Indian Penal Code or Criminal Procedure Code or in Constitution or in any legal document. Therefore, the government will be forced to say that no, there is no love jihad. But you ask the government, how many cases of this type of transportation has happened? The statistics will come out. But nobody will ask that question. Everybody will ask, hey, love jihad hai kya? Untouchability hai kya? You can say there is no untouchability. What nonsense is going on?
There is a small difference between others and Love Jihad, Mohandas ji, my humble submission. Many girls and guys who went to Syria, ISIS, whatever this region, when they wanted to come back into the country, the Indian government refused them entry. On theory, they have Indian passport. They just said that you guys didn't leave legally, therefore you cannot enter legally. So there is something more than your other examples, Mohandas ji. I just rest my case at this point. Let's go on to something else because this is just a minor detail. I just wanted to put that in front of our viewers, and let's just move on to the next detail. Let's have the slideshow, please, because I want to highlight our Mr. whatever that loudmouth. So Mr. Shashi Tharoor says it may be your Kerala story. It is not our Kerala story. Those of you who may have followed his election in Thiruvananthapuram in 2014, he won by a barest of majorities. And then in 2019, he won by a thumping margin. So you can make your own calculus on to what kind of math he did, how he got many of the votes and so on and so forth. Now he's looking for a new constituency, I heard. Anyway, so here he waxes more eloquent, says there is an opportunity for all those hyping the alleged conversion of 32,000 women on Kerala. I mean, this person has been in the United Nations for many years. He even ran for the Secretary General. One would expect him to do at least some rudimentary research before coming out and making this observation. And he's also an elected MP. Mohandas ji, what kind of thought process goes into this great intellectual individual who ran for the president of the Congress party?
See, I never take this Shashi Tharoor seriously. He is a playboy within Congress party who is likely to join BJP at any moment, provided his business clicks with BJP. He may join even BJP. Even Kerala BJP followers doubt his integrity within Congress. He may jump from Congress and join BJP at any time. He is a non-serious character. He has reduced himself because the moment he left UN after that Kuo oil deal or something, he was about to be caught in the financial dealings, but somehow escaped. Then he entered IPL and Sunanda Pushkar episode happened. He know how to survive in politics. That is all. So don't take his statements very seriously. Though since he is a playboy, he has his own followers. There will be so many retweets, comments, and likes for his tweet. But that doesn't mean anything to the ground situation.
Now, it gets more interesting, sir. Next slide, please. Here is a recollection of Mr. Shashi Tharoor several years before the 2021 that I have been approached by Kerala mothers whose daughters are stuck in Afghanistan, having been taken there by their misguided husbands. I arranged a meeting with External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj for a constituent to plead her case. Obviously, it's an MP that I'm aware of the situation. He was aware of the situation, Mohandas ji. This is comedy. 10 years this person is representing a constituency. He himself is admitting that this has happened. And then he reverses himself. What kind of a nonsense that this is he peddling?
Now, what he says is that these parents did approach him and he did what he said in this tweet. But that doesn't mean that love jihad is existing. 32,000 is not there. There were few instances which came to my notice and I tried to help them. 32,000 is far-fetched. That is, everybody says that, oh, 32,000 nahi hai. Acha, theek hai. Kitna hai, bhai? According to you, how many are there? Nobody knows. Iyer ji, dekhiye, after retirement of 3 state police chiefs in Kerala, one was Dr. Jacob Kunus, second was in the consecutive line, second was Dr. T.P. Senkumar, third was Mr. Loknath Behra. These 3 people, the day they retired, they called press conference and they confirmed that such a thing is happening. The biggest threat to Kerala is Islamic radicals. And this they didn't use the word love jihad for obvious reasons, because that will take the controversy away from the point which they want to make. All these people have confirmed. Loknath Behra, when he was state police chief, he has said that at least 4,000 people are missing with this background. And Indian Express reported it in the front page, saying that after initial no, now a belated yes. This was their headline. It was prominent headline on that day. So everybody knows that this is happening, and they want to argue on the numbers. Say, "Arey 32,000 nahi hai." Okay, will you be happy if 31,000 is there? We will give you a discount of 1,000 numbers. What a foolish thing to ask. I don't know.
Mohandas ji, I just want to, let's get back to the slideshow. But before all that stuff, viewers, I hope you've all read my book, Who Painted My Money White? Because there's an extensive section about love jihad there. And this is now, being picked up in bits and pieces. This book is being picked up in bits and pieces and being shown in various web series. I told you about Farzi. There's a new one that has come, and that one appears to have some inspiration from this book. Obviously, they will not give me the credit, but my job is done, in my opinion, because I am way ahead of all these lumpins, telling them what they think, what is happening, what is coming down the pipeline as far as India is concerned. So do buy this book. It is available in Amazon. You can get an ebook version if you're not in India. You can also get the paperback version. It continues to be a bestseller in Amazon. So I'm happy that many people have rediscovered their reading habit. And they are reading this book. Very good comments. You can read the comment before you decide whether the book is worth buying or not. Whatever it is, you need to understand the amount of rot that is set in, especially by this loudmouth government, UPA. This man was a minister. He was forced to resign because he blabbered something out. Sweat equity nonsense. My foot. He gives 50 crores to his girlfriend that time. Then he's forced to marry her. And then afterwards, now he's accused of killing her. And he has the mouth to go and just run it. What nonsense is going on? Anyway, India's politics has keep sinking to new lows. And so just because somebody can put on a nice accent and say some good words strung together that makes sense to them, people say, "Oh, what a great English speaker this man is." That's all the charisma that Mr. Tharoor has, I'm afraid. Let's go back to the slideshow, please. Now, there is a Congress leader who says that the Kerala story must be banned. What is this story, sir?
See, the Kerala story controversy was started by Congress, by Mr. Satishan, the opposition leader, because he thinks himself to be more left than Pinarayi Vijayan. He has openly stated that also. So he thought, let me be the savior of Islam now. I am a better candidate for saving Muslims than Pinarayi Vijayan. So he made the statement first. Then all the Congress people, one step ahead, they said the film should be banned, etc., etc. 2 or 3 days, Pinarayi Vijayan kept quiet, but then he could not withstand the pressure. So he also issued a statement that this film is not the Kerala story, etc. And he has asked his legal officers what are all the chances of banning this film. In between, yesterday there was a writ petition in Kerala High Court asking for giving a direction to the party not to screen this film, asked CBFC to prevent the screening of the film. The court said, you have seen only a teaser or a trailer. With that, you are coming to the court. How do you know the same things are there in the film? We have gone through the CBFC certificate. CBFC has suggested several cuts and incision in this film. That means they have applied their mind and they have given certification. Therefore, prima facie, we are not inclined to give you any order. And they asked CBFC to file a detailed affidavit about the contents of contentions raised by the petitioner. And mind you, petitioner is a Hindu. One advocate, Anup from Calicut, Kozhikode. And they have posted the case on 5th. Now, 5th, CBFC or Ministry of Information Broadcasting may ask for an adjournment and the drama will continue in the court. So, government has nothing to do much. In between, the General Secretary of Communist Party, Mr. Govindan, he said that we are not aiming at banning this film, but we have strong reservations against this film. This will spoil the culture and, all sort of secular fabric. This is the word. This word was raised in High Court also. I have not understood what is the secular fabric of this country will be spoiled. This is what they say. And in JNU, there was a preview wherein SFI could not do anything against the film. They said, we will not create problem, but we will register our protest, that's all. So the protests are slowly dying down because already for them, the damage has been done. They have given huge publicity throughout India for this film, free publicity. Sudipto Sen could not have spent these many crores to get all India publicity, but he is an instant hit now. He was invited to Kerala by some people, but he said, I am afraid to come to Kerala for some reason. Pinarayi Vijayan's police may arrest me, saying that this man is dangerous or something. And they can put me in jail, and then I have to go to High Court and fight for me. So I will not come to Kerala, at least at this time. This was his reaction. But obviously, I think he will be a happy man inside because he got free publicity throughout India, thanks to Congress and the communists in Kerala.
Yes, indeed. And let's get back to our slideshow because there is more stuff coming your way. This is the letter written to the National Commission for Minorities by Shri George Kurian. He's the NCM Vice Chairman. And so this is a Syro Malabar Church. And here the numbers are now mentioned, but 4,000, I think, is the number he mentioned. So let's just look at this particular. This is a summary of that letter so that it's easy for you to read. Kurian quoted a report by the Kerala Catholic Bishops' Conference Commission for Social Harmony and Vigilance, which claimed that there were 4,000 instances of love jihad between 2005 and 2012. Love jihad is on and it has been continuing in the state for a while. Here, conversion is not into Islam, but into terrorism. Even the Muslim community is objecting to it. Kurian had told the Indian Express. Sir, this is what I think you mentioned also, right? That there was a front page story in Indian Express?
Yeah, that's true. Kurian wrote that letter because of that Pala Bishop, Joseph Kalarangad. In support of him, he wrote a letter to National Commission of Human Rights or something. But nothing happened. The case is still pending. At any moment, the bishop can be arrested at the whims and fancy of Pinarayi Vijayan because the FIR is there. Police has not proceeded, that is another thing. But any moment they can proceed against the bishop. Now, bishop also he is bracing it out. He says, I will not take any anticipatory bail or anything. Because anticipatory bail is another problem. If the High Court doesn't give you anticipatory bail, then that becomes a big setback. At least people will say that it's a setback. This is the problem. See, it is all documented, IRG, documented by Kerala High Court way back in 2009. Two Muslim boys approached for anticipatory bail in Kerala High Court. The allegation was that these two boys lured two Christian girls into Islam. They were trying to do that process. In between, the girls protested. The girls were taken somewhere for marriage or so. They fled that place. All this became a criminal case. And these two boys wanted the anticipatory bail. They are not to be arrested. This is the case. Now, when the case came, the judge asked the police whether such things are happening in Kerala. And 13 out of 14 district police superintendents filed the report to Kerala High Court saying that the process is happening. Only thing, there is no organization called Love Jihad or Romeo Jihad or Narcotic Jihad. But the process is happening. This was the reply by 13 district police superintendents out of 14. And the High Court gave a detailed judgment refusing anticipatory bail, in which the High Court said, please bring an anti-conversion law. He directed the government, please bring an anti-conversion law, because court cannot make a law. It is the job of the legislature. So please do that. Kerala is on the verge of a communal explosion because of this type of activities, not because of people's mind. This type of people are spoiling Kerala's atmosphere. This was given in writing by Kerala High Court in 2009. What are we talking about? We are in 2023 now. How many years have passed? The legislature didn't listen to the Kerala High Court. Now they say that, no, all these things are, their own police people have given a statement. You cannot go back on that statement. It's all a court record. The judgment is available. You can also search it. Shahanshah versus State of Kerala. That is the name of it. You just Google Shahanshah versus State of Kerala. You will get the case. You can read the judgment in Indian Qanun, or so many websites have reported it. So I don't know what are we talking about.
Well, let's see, it gets even more interesting. Let's get back to Mr. Thomas Isaac. This gentleman says, this is not our story. Kerala story is one of religious tolerance and secularism. The film Kerala Story is yet another desperate attempt of Sangh Parivar to polarize society by propagating outright lies such as 32,000 women have been recruited to ISIS through Love Jihad in Kerala. So they have latched on to a lie. They know it is a lie. What they're thinking is that nobody is going to cross-check their lies. And fortunately now, a million eyes are looking at their lies and telling them on their face, you are a bloody, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use unparliamentary language, you are a liar. Terminological inexactitude, to be very precise. So, who is Thomas Isaac, sir?
Thomas Isaac was former finance minister of Kerala during Achyutanandan's period and later on Pinarayi Vijayan's period. He considered himself as an economic expert. The thing is, he got a doctorate in the process of how to process coir was his subject of doctorate. So he calls himself, or rather other people also call him, Dr. Thomas Isaac. But his doctorate is not in financial matters, it is in processing of coir. How to run coir industry efficiently, something like that.
How can you get a PhD on a process idea, sir?
I don't know. That is what he got, or that is what is being told to us. Now, I have not pursued that man because I don't take him seriously. He's another, Shashi Tharoor. Now, it is all in public domain. That is why I am telling you, generally, I don't tell such matters. This Thomas Isaac is the man who invited Swapna Suresh to Munnar. You may be having that information.
I didn't know that.
She made it public, and she put out the WhatsApp conversation, screenshot of the WhatsApp conversation between these two, in which Dr. Thomas Isaac says that Munnar is a very good tourist spot, good place for enjoying. That is his statement. Now, what is the meaning of that statement when you send it to a lady? So this is Thomas Isaac, another Shashi Tharoor, that's all.
No, there is one more. There is an IAS officer whose conversation with another girl in Kerala, we have captured and played it back in a PGurus article. This IAS officer is singing a Tamil song, Come to Andaman. Andamanai Parangal Alagu. He sings it to her. And he's saying, let's go to Andaman. Sir, we are a joke. This is how the
No,
bureaucracy functions.
let me tell you, an IAS officer singing or having an affair with a girl, etc., is their personal thing. I never quoted anywhere, but they should not pontificate us on other moral issues.
That's
That is
exactly
what
what is
I am
happening, sir.
saying. You enjoy your life. I have no problem. You enjoy as many women as you want. It is none of my business. Why should I be worried about that? But then you take a very high moral ground when some other issue comes. Well, in society, you want to pontificate. At least stop the pontification and carry on with your business. We have the society is not worried about who is enjoying with which women. Are we really worried? No, it's all a personal things you do. Whosoever is agreeing to come with you, take her anywhere you want, whether it be Munnar or
No,
Switzerland.
sir,
We
these are all
discuss from there.
entrapments, sir. Mohandas ji, these are all entrapments. The person
Yeah.
whom he was talking to was a known person who used to use the organization was using this woman, poor lady, to get things their way. This is what is the case when 3 or 4 cases now that we have covered in Kerala. Everything is like this, and unfortunately, that we can't walk away from the truth, sir. You have to distinguish two things. Personal affairs where both sides are willing is a different matter as compared to a honey trap, entrapment, anything of that nature where you are being set up so that you can be manipulated later, because that manipulation can go on boundless. That is my concern, sir. I didn't mean to make any other adverse remark. Here is the interesting thing. The Kerala story is a compilation of true stories of 3 young girls. So this is the official trailer, and that's what they are saying. In fact, if I remember correctly, there was a girl by the name of Nimisha. Mohandas ji, I think she's one documented case. So let's talk about a little bit about that before we go on to questions, sir. Go ahead, sir. Nimisha, can you hear me? For some reason, Mohandas ji, are you able to hear me, sir? Are you able to hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Nimisha. Talk about Nimisha, sir, a little bit. Let's talk about Nimisha for a little bit.
Oh, it is all well-known story. Nimisha belongs to Trivandrum. She married a Muslim, and they went out. The last, her mother got a message from Sri Lanka that we are in Sri Lanka. After that, there is no trace. And then it is said that she went to Syria or Yemen or somewhere. But finally, she was found in Afghanistan. And she somehow managed to give a message to her mother that I am trapped. I fired on somebody under the instruction of so and so. But then now I am in jail. Somehow, please bring me out. Now the mother started crying, and some advocate went to Supreme Court. They said we cannot do anything. All these things are matters of the state and foreign affairs. And Nimisha is still trapped in Afghanistan. I don't know whether she is alive now or not. This is the short experience of Nimisha. There are several stories also. Maybe Sudip Dosan selected 3 out of them as an example. Of course, he cannot show 110 girls being trapped, but 3 are a good example. That is sufficient for a film.
So here are some examples here of kind of cuts that the movie went through. So you guys can take a look at it. This again, we'll give you a link if possible to the tweet so that you can go and look at it in some detail. But Mohandas ji, last question before I jump to questions. How is the Muslim community reacting? Has anyone come out and said, yes, this is wrong, we should have not done it, we need to revisit our religion also, that kuffar shall be converted and killed is wrong? Is there any most liberal Muslim telling that some of these things have to go? Because their big guru. 𝐂𝐸𝐽 is doing that now. Many hadith verses are being deleted there.
See, there are few Muslims. They are rebels within the Muslim community, accepted rebels. They are good speakers and writers with a good reach. They have did this, but what happens is they immediately balance with some incidents in North India, link it with RSS also. They will say that we condemn this love jihad process, like what we are condemning the incident what is happened in Haryana, which was done by Bajrang or something like that. This is the balancing statement which they made, and eventually they lost credibility. There are few ex-Muslims who have left Islam and did not join any religion. They continue without any religion. They live an irreligious life. They are saying that this type of operations are going on, but they are very small people in social media, maybe 10,000 views or something like that they get. This is all what is happening, but the mainstream leaders, Muslim leaders of various divisions, Jamaat-e-Islami, then Salafi, Sunni, there are so many divisions in Islam, and so many leaders are also there, but nobody has opened their mouth against love jihad. But almost everybody has supported banning this film. That is the job. So practically nobody in Islam has objected to this process.
So we leave it at that, and we also want to tell you that this phenomenon has also spread to Tamil Nadu. Why? Because if you look at the city of Palakkad, which is the inside Kerala border, and Coimbatore, there's a 30-40 kilometer distance, and that distance you'll see a lot of universities, and the primary student body of these universities is from Kerala. For reasons unexplainable, the Kerala government doesn't want to seem to support university education and things like that. So these people get bussed from there, they come in, they study. Unfortunately, these concepts also get exported. Now the Coimbatore police station also is busy with all sorts of things like this, because suddenly the girl and the boy disappear. This is where the first manifestation of the problem starts. Anyway, I just wanted to put that thing out. Mohandas, with your permission, let's take some questions now, sir.
Okay.
Jagannath Das wants to know, don't you think that this 32,000 is too much? Didn't it question the security force of India? I think, Jagannath, we have already answered this question in great detail. Let's move on to the next question. Again, figurative expression. Next question, please. Mr. Lee wants to know, why are there no actors, actresses from Kerala in the movie? Were they contacted by Sudipto and they were forced to refuse the roles?
I don't have any knowledge, and I don't think it is required also that Kerala.
Yeah, it's not needed. Yeah, not needed. Also, Mr.
Anybody
Lee,
can act in a film.
Yeah, these days, right? You have to make, especially a controversial subject, you want to keep your costs low. You don't want to go for big banner masala type guys. This is the truth. This is a truth-based film, and you have to be on very low budget, because otherwise you'll burn your fingers. Next one, please. Jitendra Sharma wants to know how state justifying terrorist groups openly and modus operandi to brainwash, confuse you. The state refuses to accept it. The center refuses to accept it. We talked about this. Sir, your thoughts?
See, state is not openly supporting. State is doing something against terrorism also. The central government is very serious on this matter, and Kerala state government also doing little bit, because they are afraid of losing Muslim votes. In an assembly question, Pinarayi Vijayan gave a written answer that 550 Muslim boys were brought back from radicalization. They have opened some de-radicalization centers, which the information is confidential. The Home Department is keeping it confidential, wherein they say we are identifying boys and bringing them to these de-radicalization centers and tell them all what you are thinking or doing is bad. Please come back to the mainstream, etc. And he said in assembly that 550 boys were de-radicalized by this initiative. So little bit, whatever politics is limiting him, within that limit, he is doing something against terrorists. This is the political reality.
Krishna wants to know. Thank you, Krishna. More Muslim kids are born than Hindus in Kerala every year. Over time, in 2-3 decades, when current old generation Hindus die, Kerala will be a Muslim majority. What do you say, sir?
Yes, that is what they are progressing to. That is why they removed, CBFC removed the clipping of Chief Minister Achyutanandan. I know what a foolish thing for CBFC to do. It's an live speech by Achyutanandan, press meet, which took place in Delhi. And Achyutanandan said this Popular Front is working towards a Muslim majority Kerala. They think that in the coming 20 years, if not at least 50 years, Kerala will become a huge Muslim majority state. That is what they are aiming at, for which they are doing this type of activities. This is what the Chief Minister says. And it is official. He was Chief Minister at that time. It was a press meet. And the CBFC foolishly says that you remove that clip. Why to remove? This, I think I am incensed. In fact, if 𝐒𝐸𝐻 approaches me, I am ready to fight his case. All these cuttings and incidents insisted by CBFC that who is that fool called Prasoon Joshi? Prasoon Joshi and sitting at the top, Anurag Thakur. These both people they are really encouraging Islamic terror, I would say, by just taking out that authenticated voice clip, I think video clip by Chief Minister Achyutanandan. That is done to, to appease Islamic terrorists. At the same time, they are playing to the gallery, saying that we are we are holier than thou. This is what they are doing. Now, this is all unacceptable, actually. 𝐒𝐸𝐻 should have questioned this in court. But then, of course, it's a matter of discretion, because you will lose time if you go to the court. Like what Ramasimhan did. He took 1 year to win the case and then come out with a certificate. He was also suggested some 22 cuts. Then High Court said bring it down to 6, and 6 he agreed. In fact, that 6 also was not to be agreed. But then how long the case will go? Therefore, he compromised, agreed for 6, and he released his film. Probably 𝐒𝐸𝐻 might have also, because see, the Chief Minister speaking in this term gives authenticity to the whole film. Nobody can say that you are exaggerating or anything. Now, since they have removed that scene, that much authenticity has gone from the film, is it not? That was not good. CBFC could not have done that. I don't know what is this BJP government is up to.
Let's take the next question. I have one final question before we wind up, sir. I'll come to that after we answer people's questions. Suresh Kochatel says, why is the media in Kerala doing all this drama without having seen this movie? I have seen the movie and there is nothing controversial about it.
That is because most of the Kerala channels are being run by not the owner or shareholders, but the people, the anchors, the news reporters, everybody. They have this leftist, woke, Islamic, urban, Naxal mind. That is why they are creating an issue out of that. They are getting exposed because they were telling lies. And 𝐒𝐸𝐻 single-handedly demolishes all their lies. That is their problem.
Bharat Ved Prakash. Thank you, Bharat. Why is Hindu memory so short? Moplah massacre.
That's another big question. Why and how Hindu memory is very short. We'll have a detailed discussion on
Yes.
memory.
Yeah. Thank you, Bharat, for giving us one of the suggestions for a title. Sir, before we wrap up, I have one question. Is it true that Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan was the primary accused in the murder of an RSS worker, and that he was caught by the then local DSP, hung upside down and given serious skinning, and that particular DSP is currently the National Security Advisor. Any truth to that?
See, Pinarayi Vijayan was accused in one Ramakrishnan's murder. He was let scot-free by the court because there was no, witness. There were witnesses, but all were frightened. Nobody spoke. Those witnesses are still living. That case can be reopened. I suggested this to BJP because I cannot travel, stay there and get the case reopened. It's very problematic. I don't know whether BJP will do that or not. But the incident of this superintendent of police catching Pinarayi Vijayan is another. This is not connected to murder. There was another problem in Thalassery, and Pinarayi was caught. And see, people say that it is Ajit Doval. Someone says it's not Ajit Doval, it is Mr. Ravi, the Tamil Nadu governor. Anyway, Ajit Doval has not spoken anything on this, and Ravi is also keeping mum on this issue. In fact, Kerala governor brought this issue to the forefront, saying that you were peeing in front of the police.
Well, viewers, go ahead, sir.
So, see, the incident took place, that is true. But the police officer, I am not sure whether it is Ajit Doval.
It can't be Ravi, sir. Sir, it can't be Ravi because you have to look at the ages. You know, where Pinarayi Vijayan is in his 70s now, and Doval is in his early 80s now. So I think that is a better match than R.N. Ravi and Pinarayi. This is just my 2 cents, sir. There's one last question that has crept in. We'll take that and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, thank you. Neta Mafia wants to know, will it be wrong to say Kerala police and Kerala government is a danger like a sleeper cell?
Now, see, Kerala police is 90% compromised. 90%. I didn't believe that. In 2010, an officer in Tamil Nadu Q branch told me, in 90% of all your police force, there are 66,000 police officers in Kerala. Everybody put together, from state head to the ordinary civil police constable. 66,000. Out of that, he says 90% are compromised. Only 10% are sincere people. And this 10% is being obstructed by 90% at various stages of investigation. So it's very difficult for police officers in Kerala, even if they are sincere, they cannot bring results because overwhelming opposition is from the other side. Now, this 90% compromise doesn't mean that 90% is taking bribe, etc. Nothing. There are people who are compromised because of fear of death, or they are given money for keeping quiet. They are given money for creating cases against certain people. All these type of operations, but put together, they are 90%. So it is very difficult in Kerala to straight line the law and order machinery unless a good administrator comes and de-shackles all these people out of their present situation. Thank you.
Well, the person is sitting right in front of us. Unfortunately, even his own party doesn't want to take cognizance on that. And we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mohandas ji. The point I think we have made is that this should be watched. This is a part of history, and this is continuing. That is what is the concern. PFI banned, yes, but SDPI is not banned. And all these organizations have a way of morphing into new outfits with the same kind of ferocity that needs to be completely eliminated, curbed and eliminated. That when that's going to happen, we don't know. Thanks for watching again, viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications and follow us on Twitter. Mohandas ji's handle is @MohandasTG. Mine is @3IR1 and PGurus channel is @PGurus1. Thank you once again, Mohandas ji. Namaskaram.
Thank you. See you again.